Hey guys, welcome to another Q Careers interview. My name is Rafael. I'm a student at the University of South Florida. In my sophomore year, and I'm majoring in chemistry. I'm here with Jose. Jose, if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, where you go to school, and how you got there.
Well, hi, Rafael. My name is Jose Mendez, and I go to Gettysburg College, which is located in Pennsylvania. I'm
Cool.
majoring in physics, and I'll be graduating in 2019.
Awesome. So you've been in school for a couple years now already, then, right?
hmm
Awesome, awesome. So Gettysburg, and you said that's in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
Were you born there, raised there, or did you move there? How was that?
Well, I moved there just for school. I'm originally from California, Los Angeles.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. So what was the reason that you went from California all the way to Pennsylvania? That's kind of an
Well,
interesting thing.
I think I just wanted to, explore outside from like a city or to an urban place. And
Right.
then, I had the opportunity there and they gave me the opportunity to go visit. And when I visited, I liked it a lot. So I was just, why not? Right. And it's
Right, that's awesome.
things.
So you went to high school in California then, and then you decided to go out of state for college. Is that what it was?
Yes, that's what it
Awesome.
was.
There you go. Cool. Actually, for me, so I University of South Florida is located in Tampa, and I've the total opposite from you. I've lived in Tampa my entire life, so
Oh, really?
it was kind of
So it
like a
wasn't
yeah.
that much of like a change, right?
No, not at all. Yeah,
The
I'm
environment
still
stuff.
exactly still living at
Mhm.
home with my parents and all that stuff. So kind of like the opposite. But I guess that goes to show, like there's so many different ways that you can go about, I guess
Mhm.
the college experience. So that's interesting. So I'm gonna go into the first question then. You're in
Mhm.
California. You're in high school, junior, senior, or whatever. How in the world did Gettysburg College get into your kind of like the top list of your schools? Like, how did you get to choose that school?
Well, I did apply to a lot of like UC in California, right?
Right. Yeah, I've heard of those.
I found this a program called College Match found me, and then
Mhm.
you know what, we do this, we help you in your SAT, we help you apply for colleges, privates, and I was like, you know what, why not for sure, right? And then
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and they told me, okay, you can apply for this ones, and they told me to apply for like 12 different private schools plus
Mhm.
eight more Cal States or UCs from here from California.
Right, right.
Once I got the acceptance from like different schools, I saw they gave me a better financial aid in Gettysburg College,
Mhm.
and also told me if I wanted to visit for like a week, and then I decided to go. Right,
Oh, awesome.
and when I went there, I met a lot of people, and they were just like nice people in overall different environment.
Right, right.
I was just like, I think I just like it here because everyone's so nice. There's a lot of space, and like compared
That's
to
awesome.
California, there's more green over there than in Los Angeles. So that got me up a lot too, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So it was kind of like initially you're like, okay, this school is giving me better financial aid. And then you got to experience the school and you're like, oh yeah, this is where I want to be. Am I right?
Yes, that's how it
That's
is.
that's awesome. Yeah. That's cool
Mhm.
because for me it was so the decision was actually mainly financially based for me. Just because I mean in Florida, I'm sure you've heard of University of Florida, is in
Mhm.
Gainesville. That's like the I guess like the holy grail, right? In Florida, like everyone wants to go to that one. And I actually got
Yeah.
accepted to that one. But just for me, my situation, I would have had to move there. It would have been more expensive to live there and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So, not that I was forced to go to the school. Like I still love the school that I'm going to.
Mhm.
But it was mainly a financial thing. And then it was just like you, like I got to visit, and I was like, wow, I love the people here. Like it's a smaller school than the one in Gainesville, but still like
Mhm.
the community is there. And I think sometimes a smaller school is better for some people. It's
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
that's what I like too. Just because, like the UCs, USC, UCLA, those are big.
exactly those are huge
Which
ones.
class is about like 500 people, and I'm just like, what? I just want to stay, at least 30 in my classroom. So like, so I get
Right.
to know my teachers, and they get to know me.
So is that all of your classes at Gettysburg? They're all kind of the small classroom settings?
Yes, there. Yeah, I think the biggest school year is about like 2,000, which is not that
Oh,
much.
wow.
I think so.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's cool. Yeah, I have kind of an interesting situation and I'm glad that I'm in that situation at USF. I'm actually in the honors college. So I do have since it's like a smaller part of the school, some of those classes where it's like 10, 15 kids, but then I also have the normal classes which are the big auditoriums with like 300 students. So I have kind of like a little bit of both. And have you ever been in a class with a big auditorium like that or just have you gone just to the classes at Gettysburg?
No, I've been to summer school in
Okay.
LACC, but I also been in summer school at UCLA, and I
Right,
did
right.
the big classes. And
So
then
you know what it's like.
if you don't get there early, you have to sit all the way in the back, and then it's
Right, right.
hard to hear the
I
teacher.
know, yeah.
And then if you want to like have time with him or ask him a question, like it's really hard when you're like
Exactly.
against other 500 people in the same class.
Right, so it's like a give or take. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what my point was going to be because like sometimes in the big classes I like that it kind of feels like you're like it is like you're in, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in a big setting, but it also feels kind of isolated because you can be
Hmm.
doing your own thing on the computer or whatever and like taking notes your own way. Whereas in the classroom, like everyone's kind of can see you, so you can't be like goofing off or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Like
then
you gotta
also,
do your work, right?
exactly. But then
No one can
also, I
tell to
like
do it.
right. I also like though that in the small one, like everyone is focused and it's like, okay,
Mhm.
everyone's on task and doing the same thing. So it's like, kind of give or take. But yeah, it's interesting talking about that. So let's move on to the next question then. At this, so I guess at Gettysburg College or at any, you said you've been at a couple colleges for summer school, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
tell me a little bit about like, have there been career centers at any of these schools or anything that can help you look towards what you want to do in the future after school, after graduating?
Well, in the other schools, there has been like many career centers, but I just since I don't go there, I don't have to like go visit
Right, right.
the whole extent to their system.
Hmm.
In school, the interesting part is that I work in the Center for Career Development, so I know
No way.
the people who work there. I know how they help people,
There
and
you go.
right now I have a part time there.
Hmm.
I check resumes and cover letters,
Right.
so I help people do that. Right,
That's really interesting.
taught me
So
how
this
to do
is
that just for work, and
right, right.
um, and then to finding jobs, they're always there to help me. So I just need to ask, and then they guide me to what websites I should go,
Right.
I should contact, and then we have like events there at school that
Hmm.
lawyers come and they try to hire students for graduating school students.
Right, right. Interesting. So that's so you actually work for a career center. So that's an interesting
Mhm.
perspective that I want to get. So how as a worker in the career center, how do you reach out to students that maybe don't know about that you have a career center? Is there any way that you find students and say, "Hey, we have a career center. You can come here and do this, this, and that." How does that work?
Well, we put a lot of posters around school, you know, just to advertise our events. And then,
Hmm.
like I said, we make a lot of events throughout the year. So, like,
Right.
Resume 101, which is just like a day where we check resumes. And just by checking resumes, we can tell you, we tell students, like, hey, we also do this, we help you with this and that. We send emails to Student Digest. And
Sure.
as a student myself, I can tell my classmates, hey, I work this place. I can help you with this if you ever have a problem.
Right,
Because
right.
a problem in the first place they come is to a friend to tell them like, hey, where can I find this help? And if I work there,
There you go. It's just easy access.
I could
That's cool.
just
That's cool.
transfer information.
Right. That is awesome. That's really cool. All right. So, I remember you said that you're a physics major, right?
Yes.
So, how did you go about getting into that major?
Well, in the beginning, my first year, I didn't know what major I wanted to be.
Yeah.
By a bunch of majors like computer
Sure.
science, Japanese, like
Absolutely.
just
Yeah.
like random stuff, right?
Yeah.
I also had my advisor, but then since I didn't know what I wanted to do, she just guided me to like things I wanted to do, and
Hmm.
or like well, I like doing math, but I
Right.
also just don't want to be a math major just because I want to have a mixed up eventually.
Hmm.
So then she guided me to the physics place, and then they were like, we use a lot of math, but we apply the math in like scientific
Yeah.
ways.
Right. A lot of applied
And
math.
then
Yeah.
that got me interested. And then I met the professors there, and then they just told me everything they had to do. Like you can move from a physics major to engineering, and I was like, that opens up my whole career path.
Right. Right.
That's what got me into physics majors.
That's good. So, kind of trying a lot of everything, basically.
Hmm.
That's a good message to send to people that come into college with like kind of undecided majors. I actually knew from the get-go like I wanted to be a chemistry major because I took a lot of those classes in high school. So that
Hmm.
was my situation. But I have a lot of friends that I'm starting my sophomore year now and still don't they don't know what they want to do, but they're just doing everything. And I think
Mhm.
that's a really good idea to kind of come in. It's like you have a lot of time to decide, so do a lot and kind of just get out there and find what speaks to you. And for you, it was physics, so that was cool. Um, yeah, for myself, like I said, like I was in high school. I kind of always pushed myself in high school, like I was in the advanced classes or whatever, and just the biology and the chemistry classes always were the most fun for me. So I knew when I got into college, like medical was what I wanted to do, and I just
Mhm.
stuck to it.
And I
So
think it's just like it's fine for students to know that it's fine to not know your major once
exactly,
you're in your college, just because you might like something in high school, but once you enter college, it's just like a total different world. So just
yeah,
got
exactly,
open minded to everything because everything.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that applies like even outside of the academics part of it, like the classes. Like I was never much of like an athlete or anything in high school,
Mhm.
but when I got into college, my friends invited me to do like intramural sports, and now I play
Mhm.
soccer with them. So it's like, yeah, even when it comes to extracurricular stuff, just get out there and try new things and make new friends and just make the college experience, make it your own. And I think
Mhm.
really that applies to a lot of things. Is like college experience will only be what you make of it. Like if you
Mhm.
sit back and you kind of passive and don't do a lot, like yeah, you're gonna get through it, but it's not gonna be like super super fun. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But if you get active and go out there, like you can find your own thing, and college will just come to you. The experiences will come to you. I think.
And then yeah, and one great skills I think that helped me was my time management.
Yeah.
That was a big help in my case, right? Because I used to be like a great time management in my school, in my high
Hmm.
school, because I used to be in a lot of like clubs, but also like sports
Right.
while
Right.
dealing with classes, right? And that also helped me in my college career, just because
Hmm.
you know you have so much free time that if you
Right.
just not do anything or be productive and do your work, and you wouldn't have to suffer by the end of the finals and stuff like that.
Right. For sure. Time management. That's a big skill, and that's actually something that I don't have a lot of, to be honest. I'm like really organized and everything. Like I keep things keep track of things, but when it comes to time management, I'm terrible at that. Like I'll put things off to the last minute. I used to be like that in high school. I've gotten a little bit better in college with it because you kind of have to.
Mhm. Yeah, you kind of have to. If you don't,
Kind of
you
have
get
to, yeah.
behind, and it's just like
Yeah.
if you miss one class, you just get behind a whole.
Hmm. Exactly, exactly. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Would you happen to know what an association is, or are you a part of one?
Well, no, I don't think I'm part of an association, but
Hmm.
I'm not really sure how I can explain it.
Describe it. That's fine. That's fine.
It's,
That's fine. So basically, what an association is, it's basically a group. Sometimes it can be a group of people, a group of corporations. But anyways, the idea is to basically reach out to people that don't know about a certain field, about a certain area of study or business, etc., and basically educate people on what that field might be. So what
Mhm.
Q Careers is trying to do with interviews is interview, get together with these associations and interview people of high place in their fields.
Mhm.
So, like for example, there's the American Medical Association, which is for medicine, doctors, etc. American Bar Association is for lawyers, and the goal of those associations is to educate people about those fields. And then so we are kind of the middleman in that. We reach out to them, get their information, and pass it on to the people. So that's the goal of the associations, and we are kind of helping them achieve that goal. So I think it's really interesting, and I think it ties a lot into what we were talking about earlier about career centers and deciding your major, how you talk to your advisor is like it's all about reaching out and finding the information because it's definitely out there.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you know 100%, as a worker in the career center, all the information is there, but you can't force the people to come to the career center, right? Like
No, you can.
they kind of have to go there, and then once they go there, then the interaction starts, and you can find out, where you're at. So, what do you think
Mhm.
about associations? You think it's a good idea?
I mean, I think it's a great idea because I mean that's how you get to know people, and then that's the important part. It's about knowing who you know, right?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just great to have those resources available to you, like career center, just so it helps you for the future and helps you prepare for the future.
Right. Absolutely. And I think great point. I think like knowledge and just having as much information as possible and making like informed decisions is probably the best thing that you can do in college because it's
Mhm.
it's really easy to like make a lot of impulsive decisions but making sure that everything is laid out in front of you, and then pros and cons, and then just bang, make your decision. So, um,
Hmm.
yeah. So then finally, one of the last questions I want to ask is, so you as a physics major, you're going into, so you're graduating 2019. That would make this, is this
Yes.
your senior year then?
Yeah, this is my senior year.
There you go. Awesome, awesome. So you're almost there. You're almost done. Physics major, gonna get your physics degree. What are the next? How does your next 1 to 2 years look like? Like, what are you planning on doing? Is there anything lined up? Maybe you don't have anything lined up. Internships, jobs, careers, anything like that. What does the next 1 to 2 years look like for you as a graduating physics major?
Well, I don't have anything lined up at the moment.
Okay.
I do know that I don't want to do research, the physics research, because I did do that during the summer, and I just
Hmm.
didn't like it that much.
Yeah, yeah.
I do, like I said, I do work at the Center for Career Development, so I have a lot of options to follow up after my senior year.
Right.
I'm gonna start preparing, this fast fall semester.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure. I'm actually the same way. I mean, I'm a sophomore, so I have,
Mhm.
2, 3 years left, but I totally agree. My major in chemistry, and that's definitely a big area focused on like research and laboratory work. But the one thing I don't want to be doing is in a lab doing research for my career. Like I am definitely like a big people person. I want to be interacting with people every day. And so I don't want to be stuck, doing pipettes and all that stuff. Like I'm sure I will have to. You know what I mean though? I think I agree with you. I don't want to be doing any research, like, or at least not a research centered career when I get
Mhm.
out of
I mean, there's
college.
a lot of options for our careers, right? I mean,
Oh, for sure.
there's a lot of other opportunities that you can just, you know, walk up from that. Just like my physics major, like engineering or anything related to physics, it doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
specifically physics,
There's so much, yeah.
but the
And like you were
skills you
saying,
learn in your
right.
major.
Exactly. No, good point. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to be the specific things that you learn, but maybe the skills that you learned in learning physics can apply to almost anything. Yeah, I agree. All right. And then the last question that I wanted to ask, I've been asking this to everyone that I've interviewed. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not on our list, but it's a pretty
Yeah,
easy
that's
question
fine.
to answer. So if you're a senior, graduating senior, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to write a letter to Jose in senior year of high school, he's looking for colleges, or maybe he's already going to Gettysburg College, and he's ready for his college career. But if you had to write a letter, telling him what these next 4 years would be like, or if you had to give him any advice, what would be in that letter? Write that letter to me right now.
Well, I would tell myself that, you know, it's really hard when you're putting out the.
No, it's a tough question. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a
sure.
tough question,
Just
but
think about it. Yeah,
I think I would just tell myself to, like, do my best, and
for
then
sure.
don't be shy about communicating, socializing with others. Just because, I mean, that's what makes your college experience the best, by knowing people. Because
Hmm.
beginning of my first year, my first hall, I didn't know anyone. But what I
Right, right.
do was to just go up to every door, knock,
Mhm.
introduce myself. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
by the end of that semester, I knew everyone in the hall, everyone knew me. And then that just made my life easier. Just,
Hmm.
I felt like at home, even though home was like, across the country.
Across the country, right? Yeah, I think that's a great point, especially for people that are going out of state or across the country or even to a different country. It's
Hmm.
always important to make where you are home. Like for me, like I said, USF has always been my home, in my hometown. So this is home, literally.
Hmm.
But make any place your home. Like you can be going across the country, like you. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think it's important to just have those connections, have the people around you, and really make the college experience personalized. And you can really do anything with your life.
Hmm.
So yeah, there we go. I think it was a great interview. Nice to meet you, Jose. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to meet you too, Rafael.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck in the rest of your college. And yeah,
Well, goodbye.
bye.